Okay, so let's start. So welcome everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Helena for this opportunity, and I would like to thank everyone for joining this meeting today. For those who don't know me, I am gonna introduce myself briefly. I'm Augusto Castillo, and I'm one of the business development executives at Coorva. Coorva is a software development company based in Buenos Aires, Argentina, though Coorva is incorporated in the United States. We are also members of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, and I would like to say to Helena that it's been a pleasure being part of such a wonderful organization, and I encourage everyone to become a member of the Chamber. Why? Because the Chamber hosts virtual networking events where you can meet entrepreneurs and business people in the New York area. And this is similar to what I'm going to talk about today, which is social distancing is not social isolation, because we must adapt ourselves to new habits due to the spread of the coronavirus, like, for example, meeting people virtually instead of face to face. So the first thing that you must understand is the difference between social distancing and social isolation. What does social distancing mean and what is social isolation? So social distancing means no physical interaction with other people. And I want to lay emphasis on the word physical. No physical interaction with other people. Whereas social isolation is the separation from other people, whether it is physical or virtual. That is to say, being locked down doesn't mean we cannot interact. So we are not isolating ourselves. We are connecting, yes? Like, for example, right now, we are connecting, there is no physical interaction, but we are staying in touch. And this is very important to understand because human beings need to stay in touch with others. Because otherwise, we will end up like Tom Hanks in the movie Castaway. Yes? Remember the scene when he says, Wilson, Wilson. So he's talking to a volleyball. So he thinks the volleyball is a human being because he needs human interaction. Okay? So we need to stay in touch with others. We need to stay in touch with our family members. We need to stay in touch with our friends. And we also need to stay in touch with our employees because they are human beings. So I have a question for you. My question is, how do you keep in touch with your employees? Do you send them a text? Do you give them a call? What do you do? I'm all ears.
We actually set up different virtual events.
Okay, that
I've
is
been
awesome.
MIA for about 2 weeks because I have a big test I'm taking on Monday, but we've been doing social meetings. I had a guy come on and perform acoustically. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody got to select a song, and we all had our glass of wine, and he performed for us for 45 minutes.
Perfect. That is awesome. That is awesome. Great. Another one who would like to share their experience with employees? Anyone?
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
As a coach, I have been reaching out to clients and
Mm-hmm.
helping them prepare to lead their teams while in the crises, because the leaders have to stand up and the team
Mm-hmm.
members need to know what direction are we going. So leaders
Perfect.
who didn't feel that they had the capacity or the competency to do it, I would coach them. We talk about their organizational problem, and then we try to come up with strategies that can help them resolve the calm while still working during this time, because it's essential that the leaders speak up and speak out loudly with
Mm-hmm.
confidence so that the people will be mobilized and their morale will still be built up, even in the midst of the adversity.
Exactly. Very good answer. Very good answer. Thank you very much.
Um, so uh, I'm working with multiple organizations. So one of the companies, we had a Zoom call for all the employees for just doing meditation, so
Okay,
guided
that's
meditation.
really good.
Another one, we do actually Zoom calls for scrums sometimes, when we're running scrums with multiple people. Then I'm building sort of a non-profit venture for helping, like creating a COVID-19 response at a global level
Mm-hmm.
with a number of different interns. And that one, we do daily Zoom scrum calls. So like
Perfect.
getting everybody engaged, getting them excited about what we are doing, because, in the end, not everybody gets a chance to make a difference at a global scale especially out of college, right? So they learn from peers, they learn from some of the mentors that we are providing, and also create that change.
Perfect.
So,
Perfect. Very good. Very good. I like that answer as well. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay, anyone else? Okay, so I'm going to continue with my presentation. Let's move on to the next slide. The next slide is called challenges. Why is this slide called challenges? Because staying at home for long periods of time may seem quite challenging, especially when talking about emotions. Even so, people may lose hope that things will ever go back to normal. So what do we have to do? We have to maintain a good mood with a positive attitude. That is to say, we need to be optimistic, whether it is yourself or the current situation. And let me say this, people with positive attitudes can remain hopeful and see the best even in difficult situations. And last but not least, we need to stay motivated. Yes, and if you understand what motivates, then you will be able to tell the difference or to make the difference between failure and success. And this is connected to corporate culture. Yes, why? Because if you don't keep your employees in a good mood with a positive attitude and their motivation flying high, then I'm sorry to say this, but you will fail. Why? Because employees are human beings, and the human factor is essential at any company or organization to reach success. So, how do we do this at Coorva? How do we keep our employees in a good mood with a positive attitude and motivated? So, we got this solution, and here we have some tips. Yes, because nowadays we have digital tools that years ago seemed like things taken from a sci-fi movie. For example, right now I'm talking to a screen and I have people on the other end based in a different country listening to what I'm saying. Years ago that seemed crazy, but today it's a reality. Why? Because technology can help us cope with isolation, because without technology, we will be isolated, like Tom Hanks in Castaway. So here we have some tips that have been implemented at Coorva and you can implement at yours. The first one, the first tip is called virtual lunch. Virtual lunch is a video call where every member shows up at the meeting with something to eat. And then we start chatting and eating, and every employee talks about what they have cooked. The idea is to talk about any topic and random, and the goal is to share a moment together. At Coorva, we have virtual lunches twice a week, but you can have as many virtual lunches as you want to. Yes, the good thing is that if you are the employer, you can arrange that with your employees. When are they available? You may ask, when are they available to have a virtual lunch? And if everyone is available to have a virtual lunch, for example, on a Wednesday at 1 p.m., then it would be great if you have the virtual lunch with them at that time. And in this case, at Coorva, we have virtual lunches. But if you want to, you can also have a virtual breakfast with your employees. Yes, that is up to you. Then we have the virtual happy hour. Occasionally, we have happy hours. Yeah? We leave the office at 6 p.m. and we go to a bar nearby to have a couple of beers. And well, today, social gatherings are being restricted due to the spread of the coronavirus. So what we do, we schedule a video call on Fridays at 6 p.m., where every member shows up at the meeting with something to drink, whether it is a cold beer or a soda or whatever they want to drink. And the idea is that of the virtual lunch, to talk about any topic at random, to discuss movie, a TV show, or a book. And the goal is to share a moment together and have fun. Here, I will show you a virtual happy hour at Coorva. This is me, and this is my CBO, my CEO, Gabriel Cartucha. And we are having a virtual happy hour with some of the employees at Coorva because these are the ones that were available to have a virtual happy hour that day. And you can tell that we are all having fun. They are all smiling, they are all laughing. And that is the idea, that you have a good moment with your employees. That's the goal of the virtual happy hour. And last but not least, we have the WhatsApp group. WhatsApp is a messaging app that lets users text and chat and share media. By media, I mean audio recordings and videos with individuals or groups. It's pretty similar to Facebook Messenger. So a WhatsApp group has been created with every member of the company to talk and stay in touch 24/7. Yes, the idea is to know how our employees are dealing with the lockdown, and in fact, we share, let's say, useful information about where to buy food and medicine online. And something I would like to add here is that in the WhatsApp group, we have created food challenges. You know that a food challenge is a competition involving food. So, for example, this is a delicious picture. Here, for example, I've cooked pizza. So what I did is I took a picture and then I shared it with every member of the group. And then the idea is that every member or every employee start cooking pizza, and then they have to take a picture and share it with the other members of the group. This is fun, and this really works, psychologically speaking, because the employees are focused on the cooking. They are thinking about what they are cooking. So their minds are not thinking about the quarantine, the coronavirus, the death toll. And this is really good. And this keeps employees motivated. It's really, really good. So here we have some apps that we use. We have the apps for video calls, that is to say the apps that we use to have the virtual happy hours and the virtual lunches. And then we have the messaging apps, that these are the apps that we use to stay in touch with our employees. So regarding the apps for video calls, we got Zoom, Google Meet, and Skype. Zoom, I'm pretty sure you know what Zoom is. It's a video communications app that allows you to set up virtual video and audio conferencing, as well as webinars, live chats, and screen sharing. The good thing about Zoom is that you don't need to have an account to attend a Zoom meeting. And the platform is available for desktop computers, laptops, and mobile devices, meaning nearly anyone can access it. Then we got Google Meet, that is another video conferencing app. It is the Zoom-like version of Google, and it enables users to make video calls with up to 30 users per high-definition video meeting. And then we got Skype. Skype is a well-known service that enables people to make and receive free voice and video calls over the internet using a computer, a web browser like Google Chrome, or mobile phones. And then we got the messaging apps. These are the apps that we use to stay in touch with our employees. Well, we got WhatsApp. This is the app I have talked about before. Then we got Telegram. Telegram is an instant messaging app. It's an alternative to WhatsApp, and users can send messages and exchange photos, video, stickers, and files of any type. And then you got Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger is a free mobile messaging app, and it's used for instant messaging, sharing photos, videos, and audio recordings. And also it's used for group chats. The app, this app can be used to communicate with your friends on Facebook and with your phone contacts over CMS. That is the traditional text messages we used back in the day. So after all this, yes, I'm going to give you my conclusion. Yes. So like I said before, employees are human beings, and human factor is essential at any company or organization to reach success. So my suggestion is that you should take care of your employees, especially in this crazy time. So you should see this pandemic as an opportunity to get closer to them and be more human than ever. That is the important thing, that you are an employer, you're a human being, and you take care of your employees because they are human beings. So thank you very much. This is my email address. If you want to shoot me an email, feel free to do so. I'm here to help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Augusto.
Thank you, Augusto. Now, we're going to do, there's a gentleman, Augusto, I think someone is, can you unmute mute the person that we're having? Now it's better.
Okay.
So you have a couple of choices here. If you want, you can put things in a chat.
Okay.
And then if you're, and Augusto will contact you, or we still have, let's have an open chat right now. I love the question and answer right now. So does anyone have any questions for Augusto?
Well, I'm muted. I was talking to myself.
It's okay.
I just have some comments, and you're absolutely right, Augusto. It's kind of the glass half full instead of half empty. So it's having some goals, some motivation for your employees and your coworkers, and setting smaller goals in a time like what we're going through right now, because I think people are so overwhelmed that when you set too big of a goal, it becomes disappointing. So I think just we have to set smaller goals and keep those interactions, keep the virtual meetings, keep the, we do the same thing. We send fun pictures to each other. We even started to do an exercise challenge. So, if you're walking or running, you're sending people video just to so thank you. It's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Salinas.
So Augusto, what do you find? What do you find is the most effective? If you had to pick one aspect of it, what would you suggest for people to do? And then also, if you can maybe talk about maybe transitioning, because a lot of people, Jack, we have a problem. Jack has audio. Augusto, if you can unmute Jack, mute him, that would be great. He's got a lot of static. Just right click on. You're the host, so I can't. Okay, that's a lot better. He's got a lot of static. But maybe you can touch on, New York, the Metro New York area. So we have people throughout the Metro New York area on this webinar. We have We have 19 people. So we have a lot of people that are not showing their video.
Sorry, but I
but,
I cannot mute Jack. I don't know why, but I cannot mute you.
Yeah, neither can I. But hopefully, Jack, if you're there, can you
Yes,
mute
please.
yourself?
So I think
He, I don't know if he's,
over his name.
he can't. It's for some reason. Hold on for a second. Let me try to.
Okay, please.
Okay. But now that we're hold on for a second.
Okay. Jack, please.
Yeah, I can't. Can you?
No, I can. I mean, I click on mute.
Yeah, it's not allowing me for some
No.
reason.
It's not allowing me either.
I don't know how he is.
Mute audio. Maybe what
I'm
I can
so
do,
sorry,
I can.
everyone. We have a glitch here.
It's okay.
Can you, Augusto, can you try and mute everyone and then?
Oh, maybe what I can do, I can stop sharing my screen, and maybe I can mute him. What do you think?
No, it's not the share screening. Can you just highlight his name and right click? I don't even have him. Oh. Let me try calling him.
Okay, okay.
Because
Sorry.
somehow he has something that we cannot. But keep on going.
Okay,
But I just wanted it to transition. You know, like transitioning back to business. What would be the best way to do that?
Well, I mean, we used to do these things back in when we were in the office. But well, I mean, since the lockdown was first announced here in Argentina, that was March the 15th. My CEO, that is Gabriel, who's also my employer, he said that the best way to stay connected, to stay in touch, would be to do these things. Because in the office we used to have lunch together. We always share lunch together. On Fridays we always left the office, and then we went to a bar to have a beer and to have fun. So since we cannot do these things because social gatherings are being restricted, we're doing these things online. And let me say this, because I'm an employee of Coorva, and I really appreciate all these things because it makes me think that my CEO is a human being, and he thinks of me, of us, I mean, employees, he thinks of us as human beings as well. And that is great. So, you know, when you're working and then you know that you have a virtual lunch at 1 p.m., it's like you stop, I don't know, like 10 minutes before the virtual lunch, you know, because I had already prepared the meal the night before. So what I do, I put the meal in the microwave, I heat it for a couple of minutes, and then I join the virtual lunch. And then we spend 1 hour having fun, saying, okay, I'm going to eat this, I have prepared this is great, it's delicious. And we have a good time, you know, that is the thing, to have a great time. And this is really, I would say this is really useful and helpful, because when you're an employee and you're having this, you know, this thing with your employer, that is someone who takes care of you, who wants to keep you as an employee, who wants you to keep working for him. That is great, because you see that your employer is doing his best to stay in touch, with his employees, and to have a good time. And that this is great. I mean, this lockdown is driving me crazy a little bit because I've been locked down for more than 2 months, 3 months basically. And well, I live with my girlfriend, but also being in touch with other people is amazing. It's great, and I love it. And then when we have the virtual happy hour, I always show up at the meeting with a cold beer, maybe a Corona, maybe Heineken, maybe Budweiser, and we'll have fun. And it's great because virtual lunch usually takes like 1 hour because then at 2 p.m. we have to resume work. But when you're having a virtual happy hour, you know that it's Friday, it's 6 p.m., so the working day is over. So it's like you feel so relaxed and you spend, I don't know, like 1 hour or 2 hours drinking, having fun, telling jokes, having a good time. And it's great. It's amazing. I really love what Coorva has been doing since the lockdown started, and I suggest everyone do the same with their employees because it's great. It's great to have your employees motivated, in a good mood, with a positive attitude. And like I said at the beginning, you have, I mean, like you're an employer and you have your employees thinking about something different. It's like you prevent your employees thinking from the coronavirus, the death toll. It's like you don't even have time to think how many people have died because of the virus. You don't have time to think that because you're always, oh, I have to cook because I have this food challenge and I have to cook the best pizza, whether it's pizza or roast beef or whatever. It's like your mind is focused on other things, so you don't even have time to think about the virus and the quarantine and the lockdown. And it's great. It's great. And I highly appreciate everything my employer and the company have been doing. It's amazing. And that's why I encourage everyone to do the same, because you will feel your employees are happy, motivated, in a good mood.
And you're gonna
And also
invite me to one of your happy hours.
yeah. And you know what? You also, as an employee, you become more productive. That is amazing. I mean, don't ask me why, but I feel like I'm more productive. In fact, like a couple of weeks ago, I signed a master service agreement with a new client in Fort Collins, Colorado. So I feel like I'm working more than I used to, and it's amazing. So I feel like I'm being more productive. So you don't, as an employer, you don't have to think of the virtual lunch as a waste of time, because it is not. It is great and it's amazing, and I highly recommend it. You should do it. I think everyone should do it. It's amazing.
You know what? I apologize. You know what? We've been trying to get in contact with Jack, and for some reason, he's overriding this. So, if you can put your information in the chat,
Yeah.
so this way Augusto can reach out to you guys. Also, I will send Augusto the list of attendees so he can get in contact with you. And if you have any questions for him, he is spot on when it comes to, corresponding and giving you that one-on-one. So if, we don't have to end it here, but if you can, if you have any questions, put it in the chat. And also, if Augusto, if we have a couple more minutes,
Yeah.
but it's up to you what you want to do. If you want, we could just figure out the chat. But if everyone can put their contact information in, what they do, it's a great opportunity, again, because I will be sending out the chat to everyone. So it's a little good promo for us to go around and to talk about the services that you offer, so everyone can know exactly what you do.
I mean, you can get in touch with me in case you need help with your software development. But if you want to get in touch with me to have a word about the things I've said today, feel free to do so. Okay, I'm here to help.
Sounds great.
Okay. Does anyone have a
Okay, so
question about about the things I have talked about today?
Oh, good.
Well,
I think you did a good job. You covered everything that people are looking for. And
okay, thank
there's a
you.
new message here. Hold on for 1 second. There's a
Thank
question.
you.
Um,
I hope
but I
everyone
think,
has enjoyed my presentation.
and I think that if everyone can put in, what type of business they are, so Augusto can reach out to you and kind of like zoom in on the type of business you are and what would be the best type of program or platform for you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, of course.
Oh, silence. Okay, so
Okay.
Augusta, what I'm going to do is we are going to, you want to go around and everyone give, like a 30-second pitch on what their platforms are? Would that be
Okay.
helpful?
Okay, that would be
Okay.
great. Yes.
So
Who
let's see if we
like
can,
to start?
yeah. Let me go through the list here real quick. Vanessa, Vanessa, we have a lot of people that are muted. So let's go to the, Vanessa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hi,
Okay.
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Can you
Welcome, Vanessa.
just, give a 30-second pitch on what you do so then Augusto can kind of, I'm going to send him the list and then he can zoom in on you on a personal basis, after he gets the list.
Yes, so I am a digital marketer. I'm currently looking for a new full-time position, but I have Communications LLC where I offer digital marketing services to small companies.
Sounds good. Can you put that in the chat?
Okay.
Sure, yes, definitely. I put my LinkedIn there, so I'll do that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. You know what? Ratasha, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly.
You did well. Good morning,
Okay.
everybody. My name is Rotasha, and I'm a coach. My company is Fresh Fire Coaching. I am also a John Maxwell Team Certified member. I do DIS assessment, and I focus on communication and team collaborations for small businesses. I like to see teams and the vision of the organization come together, and that it is something that is doable and peaceable.
Perfect. Okay, if you can put that in. Jay, are you around?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
My name is Jay.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Good.
I'm the CEO of Discover Life. We hire professional tour guides from all over the world and use Zoom or Google Meet to deliver real-time travel experiences to people. We're experts in the live virtual travel space.
Sounds great. Put that in. I think you and Augusto should, correspond. I think you guys have a lot of synergy together, so that would be good. I'm glad that you popped up, Jay.
Yes,
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I'm not going to pronounce it correctly, but Colbin, he's on. Are you available, Colbin?
Yes, my full name is Ludmila, and I'm sorry I could not be from 9 to 10 because I had a problem with the computer. So,
no worries.
I work for United Healthcare Community Plan, and
Okay.
I'm community relations coordinator and work with a lot of organizations such as colleges, trade schools, community-based organizations, faith-based organizations. And this is actually my first meeting through Zoom. And usually we use WebEx meetings with my company and my supervisor and managers as well, which is very easy to use. So that's why the first time I'm on a Zoom. What I would love to say that this meeting I think is awesome because it gives us opportunity to learn more about virtual meetings, virtual workshops. And I plan some of them for Kings Bay Y. For example, this is in Brooklyn and in some colleges, but at the end of summer.
Great.
Sounds great.
Great.
So if you can put that information in the chat,
Sure.
that would be really
Sure,
helpful for
absolutely.
Augusto.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Jack did mute himself. I guess he finally got the.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know why we could never ride him. Kathleen, you there? Kathleen,
Yes,
can you unmute?
I
Perfect.
unmuted. Yeah, it's
Good.
been a morning with technology. I couldn't get in for the first session either. I've been trying to go from my phone to my laptop to my tablet. I finally got the laptop working. It's
I think
amazing.
Zoom might be having an issue this morning because we're not able to override Jack, and I'm just finding that there are a couple of things. So there might be a lot of people on Zoom today. So,
That
but
could be it.
that's technology.
Yep. Well, Augusta, I'm Kathleen Tucka, Sunny Life Coach. I have a private life coaching practice, and I work with individuals and small businesses. And a lot of times it overlaps. A solopreneur and individual goals, they overlap. So I work with them. And the simplest way that I explain it is I help people connect the dots. Like when you were a child, you have a coloring book and you connect the dots and you color in the picture. That's what I help them do. I help them process map and get from point A to point B so they can achieve their goals,
Awesome.
whether they be in business or personal.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you for
I
the
think,
invitation.
Thank you very much.
You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank
is
you.
there anyone else that wants to, everyone else is muted. So does anyone else want to come in and talk about their business? Like I said, please put it in the chat. That would be very, very helpful for Augusto to get this information to follow up. So, like I said, any other people?
Sure, I will.
Oh,
I will.
Celine, go ahead.
I'm Salinas. I work with, I have a practice with Mass Mutual. I focus on retirement, education planning, savings, protection, so things like life, disability insurance, long-term care. We also do estate planning, cash flow strategies, tax strategies, and I put my email and my phone number on there. I work mostly with restaurants and small business owners, but I will work with any individual that requires my services. But my main focus is restaurants and in Brooklyn, actually, Dumbo, Brooklyn. So that's me. Thank you again, Augusto. That was great.
Thank you. And you also have a lot of Argentine restaurants in New Jersey, right?
Yes, and I just, it's so funny. I just harvested all of my herbs, so I'm gonna be cooking today. Maybe I'll just like send you a picture of my
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Great.
Okay, well, Augusto, thank you so much for hosting this. We really appreciate it. Without, Coorva, we can't, this is a huge support for small business and Small Business Day. So, like I said, everyone put everything in the chat. Augusto, I'm going to send you the list of attendees along with the chat. We appreciate everyone for coming on and supporting Small Business Day and supporting Coorva. So everyone have a really good day. And if you have any questions for me or for Augusto, he will be in contact with you.
Yes, of course.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye.
Thank
Everyone
you
have
very
a
much,
good day.
everyone. Thank you very
Bye.
much. I highly appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.